Welcome. I see you, Golden. All right. Hey, we're just doing a little pop-up live stream here. Put a lot of effort into yesterday's hub build out, and there's another video where we do even more. But we also need to get some oil products going. So we're just gonna chill, make some oil products, and then get back to regularly scheduled programming. So we're out here, and I'll show you where we are. I put up a couple of radio towers, so a lot of the resources are now being shown on the map, which is very convenient. This is our Crater Lakes location. This is where our new home is. This is over here is where our original starter factory was. And now we're down here picking up oil from the oil islands. Ah, good old Michigan. I worked up in the Ohio area. I know it's not Michigan, but I've been up there. How you stand those winters, I'll never know. Let's put in some scout tower action. Very nice. All right, now we can build out. Basically, all we need here is we want to have the ability to have all the oil products ready for us. We're not going to try to fully integrate it into our main base or anything right now. We just want to have fuel at the ready, plastic at the ready, so we can unlock the rest of the things that we need to unlock. And rubber. Rubber is also important for this purpose. Let's see. Just giving myself a little bit of a platform to work with. And then we're going to get an extractor going. Which way do we want to put this? I'm kind of thinking something like this. And then our two extractors, we need to refine this. It is my belief that I want 2 refineries. Gonna build a little bit on a hill here. So if I look at this, we don't have any power or anything, but we do have a situation where yes, the Buckeyes are something else. Let's see if we can. All right, great. So we've got an overall budget of 300 oil. Then over here, we just want to make fuel. But we're going to make it out of this. We'll deal with the poly afterwards. And so 2 of those to make fuel. Currently, we're pulling in 60 of 300. I wonder if I overclock this. Oh, look at that. 150. Perfect. So that gives me a budget of 200 fuel. We'll just keep that in mind. Or actually, you know what? We'll just type it right here. Was it still there when I come back? It is. Cool. All right. We have access to power. If you remember, our concrete cathedral is right there in the mist. You can barely see it. We've got power that we ran for that purpose before the fix-it approved power towers were a thing. And we're just going to connect these. I wonder, do I have a toolbar. I do. I gotta just want this oil to come out of here. I guess we can be a little good. We're not gonna be perfect. It's super temporary. You know, the funny part about it, yes, you definitely need to have... How do you know all this stuff about the game if you could never play it? It's funny. Yes, having rubber available for the MAM and things like that is totally what we're going for here. We're not trying to make a huge, massive build out. All right, so fuel's coming out this side. And I suppose we're also getting some of the polymer resin junk. But we're going to make use of some of that resin as well. I should probably get a lookout tower. Ah. Okay, so we've got oil here. No, we've got fuel here. And we're going to make use of a couple of alternate recipes. I think I should go all the way out here. Give ourselves a little bit of room. That's one for rubber, one for plastic. What else do we want? Rubber and plastic. I think we should put the fabric one over here. Let's put a little little island for the fabric. Deal with that in a minute. What are all the oil products? We know we need a container. So we need a constructor. I feel like I'm missing something. We want this on the other side, though. Well, actually, no, we want the packager. That's what I'm missing. Packaged fuel. Then right next to that, we can put the constructor to make the packages, and that's going to be made out of plastic. Something like this. Is that it? Is that all the stuff we need for... You like being comfortable when you game? What does that mean? On the couch, enjoying a cold one and relaxing. Is there anything else? I'm going to take a quick look at the parts list here, see if there's anything else I want to make. We got fabric. We got plastic, we got rubber, we got packed fuel. Okay, I think that's it. It's going to be a short build. Let's elevate our logistics a little bit. And then we'll bring this way down here, just so we don't run into any issues with the automated head lift. And we'll zoop that right in there. And we should probably come out. Like this. Though, yeah, only thing we need on this side is just fuel. And we'll go in like this. I love the sound that liquids make. Speaking of which, I suppose I can try to be cool, like all the cool kids. That's oil. That's fuel. Fuel is actually orange, so that's fine. All right, so this one, we're gonna use the alternate recycled plastic. Then here, we're gonna use the alternate recycled rubber. Then here, we're gonna make packed fuel, which is gonna take fuel and empty canisters. Those canisters are gonna come in on this side. And then over here, we're gonna make empty canisters. Okay. Easy enough. Everything that comes out of here. Oh. We technically should merge this, so we'll use the right, quote unquote, the right thing here. Yeah, it's true. Playing on the couch is definitely... A controller is unbeatable. For pure physical relaxation. Let's see here. This guy goes in here. The output of this is fuel. We're going hard sushi belt here. Then on this one, we need to add, so we want a smart split. Right here, we want to put plastic on the right. Like that. So all that stuff comes out, it all gets sushi belted in. We split out plastic only to here. Everything else, we'll set it to overflow. That way we don't split the plastic in half. Though we probably could get away with that. Actually, you know what? On this one only, we're gonna set that because we don't need that much plastic to make containers. And we'll come out a little bit. Make a nice 90. Okay, so now let's just take a look and see what we're trying to do. We want to get the... We want to merge in the containers from here, like this. I said merge in, and I built a splitter. I still built a splitter. Now I've built 2 splitters. Containers come out of here. So now we've got containers on the sushi belt, and then we're gonna smart split containers into here to make our packed fuel. The right side is canister. Everything else is overflow. I hear ya. I was a programmer in one of my previous lives, which is why I enjoy games like this, probably. So I definitely hear ya. Hey, no judgment. All kinds of gamers make the world go round. The difference between the hardware is minuscule now. Now it's basically the input device is the last frontier. A lot of the PCs now, you know, you have the option to play with controller as well. Let's see here. So we want this one to receive plastic on the right. We're going to try to set up as much of this as possible. And then here, I think we need this to say overflow. So we want to send all the plastic in here. What did I do this one though? Empty canister, sorry. This one is going to output it. Yeah, and then over here, I specifically split half the plastic so we could share the plastic. And then on this recycle refinery, we want to send in the rubber. Like that. Then whatever's left needs to go out for processing. And then we have our little guy over here who we want to take all the good stuff out of this. And this is kind of like the waste product, right? The resin. We're going to make use of that as well. And just give ourselves a little bit of room. We'll build a nice 90. All right. Poly resin right there. Now, how do we get this over here? I guess we just do it. All right, all right, all right. I'm trying to do too many 90s at once. It's not giving me the angle. Let's use the old mouse wheel. Okay, so we pump the oil, we use the fuel to make rubber and plastic, pack some of the fuel, use some of the plastic to make the containers for the packed fuel, send all that around onto the single sushi belt, and then we've got this guy who's going to help us make some fabric. I think I have the, yes, got the alternate on that one. It's going to use the resin. Never in the same place more than once, so you're doing traveling consulting? I'm just gonna give myself a little bit more foundation here. Zoink. And zoink. Alright. Sometimes you just need a little room. Right, so we want water. That's what it is. Production, water extractor. Okay, maybe we could use a little less foundation. Something simple like that. And then we'll just whip this water pump directly into here. I always like the sunsets in this game, but I'm starting to like them even more now. And let's make that a blue pipe. And apparently a blue water extractor. All right. I think we're getting close here. How much resin are we actually making? Whatever this one is making times 2, right? 150 per minute. Do I want to keep some of the resin? Probably. If I max it out, how much does that take? Oh, 75. So I really don't have any choice because I'm not going to make another refinery for making fabric. So that's 75 water per minute. I think I could probably underclock this. And then let's, maybe we'll leave that poor bush alone and let the barrel nut survive. We won't foundation it to death. Oh, yeah. I was never quite that close to the metal to do actual hardware adjustments. I tried to hack my Xbox version 1. I don't remember what it was. I was trying to put some chip on it or something to probably jailbreak it. And I melted that freaking circuit board so quick, it wasn't even funny. And I realized I'm better as a software guy. I hung up my soldering iron. Let's see here. So that's where all the good stuff is coming out. We could merge this in with it. Let's do a quick merger right here. Like so. One. Fabric is ready to go. All right, then I think, what do we have? Plastic, rubber, fuel, poly, plastic, rubber, fuel, poly, fabric. So that's 5. We'll make it 6 just to make it even. Organization. Right there. We'll connect you to here and you to here. And what we'll do, what do we want most? I say you probably want plastic the most. So we'll make both of these plastic. Then everything else overflows to the next one. You go there, you go there. And then we'll say fabric and poly resin. Ooh, do I want double? Well, yeah, I don't really use that much fuel. I mean, I use a lot, but not enough to have 2 industrial storage containers worth. Wait, I think this needs to be overflow, not any. Difference between overflow and any is huge. And then here we want fuel and rubber. Okay. Everything else overflow. And then at the end, the most important thing of all, we'll sink it. Nah. Very nice of you, Golden. Appreciate that. It's always nice when people like the video. All right, so that fabric is going to get processed. Let's just see if it's getting sorted. Yes. It's getting sorted nicely. And once this fills up, which we can test, it should go off and get sunk. Yep, there we go. Perfect. I suppose we should set up a little... Why is this running? Maybe it's not connected. I think I'm just going to have to trust that it's working, but let's disconnect that and see this fabric go away. Beautiful. Okay. So now we're making fabric. We have a permanent source of barrel nuts, which is always nice. I think we are a simple connection away from being ready to go here. Oh man. Do I have access to the... I do. Let's upgrade you. I typically stick with the level 1 power poles, but sometimes an upgrade, it makes good sense. I think I've got a little plastic and rubber on me, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to seed these, put in some rubber in that one, put in some plastic in that one. Don't think I have any canisters on me. Oh, beautiful. Half of it's going through. Then it's all getting connected. And then... Uh-oh. Why did that rubber get through? Ah, it's set to any. It needs to be set to overflow. We want all of this. We want these two machines to get full of their inputs before we send stuff off to be stored. If that's the only mistake I made on this, that's pretty good. Matter of fact, let's get a little organization. So that rubber comes in. It's all, this one's all full now. So now the rubber goes off for storage. And then if that gets full, then it gets sunk. The empty canisters. Uh-oh. Didn't get a lot of momentum on that jump. Let's follow the plastic through. Plastic comes out of here. Half goes into the container. The other half goes over here. Then gets recycled back into rubber. And then once that machine is full, it starts to send it off. But I don't think we have enough plastic to really keep up. So we're going to have to do some math here in a second. What did we say earlier? 200 fuel budget. We're currently not using any of it above and beyond what we are currently using, which is 30, 30, and whatever we're trying to pack, 40. 30, 30, 40. That's 100. And then we're peeling off 30 plastic to make canisters. So that 30 plastic gives us 60 canisters, and over here we're only using 40 canisters. So we could back this one off right off the bat. Make that 40. That'll cause us to use a little bit less plastic. Not a lot of it, but a little bit less. 40 packed fuel per minute. Is that enough? I definitely don't use 40 fuel per minute, so it's probably enough. So we have a budget of 100 fuel remaining. Could just go in here and crank this up. Then we crank this one up. $150 plastic per minute. That's pretty good. Of course, we're using half of that to make rubber, and a little bit more of that to make canisters. So now we're at 150. 190. So we've got 10 fuel left. We might as well use it. Let's use it. Let's say 50. Oh, I got to overclock. Use a whole power shard for 10 per minute, huh? That's okay. Then over here we'll do 50 as well. So there you go. I think we're done. Pretty straightforward. We're taking 300 oil, overclocking it. Well, overclocking it up to 300 oil. And then refining using 300 oil by overclocking these machines, 2 of them. The resin part of that refining process gets made into fabric. Oh, see, I'm glad I checked my work. We aren't storing any of the poly. We should probably store some of the poly. Let's just put a little splitter here at the last second. Of course, now that we said that, how much are we using? 75 per minute. And we're making 150 per minute. Oh, so we can split exactly half. And no one's the wiser. So this one should be getting full. Yeah, it is. Okay. It's always nice when you make a guess and it turns out to be true. There we go. So that poly gets sent over there to our main sushi belt. We're making fabric, we're making poly. Then over here, we're making plastic, rubber, and packed fuel. We're also making empty canisters, but fingers crossed that we don't make too many of those that we don't need. We're not storing empty canisters because we're not going to make use of those. Definitely not making use of those in the build gun. Eventually we'll make them and then just reuse them over and over again. And so now everything should be getting sorted perfectly through our 3 smart splitters here. I don't see anything getting sent to the sink, so that's probably correct. We'll just check that each container has stuff in it. Plastic's not making its way out yet. Lots of fabric. Plastic isn't making its way out of the system quite yet. Don't see how that's the case. Oh. I see how that's the case. We're using... Yeah, I love it when numbers come out easily divisible like that, right? It's like you're making 150, split half, use half, store half. This plastic issue, though, just noticing no plastic is making it through and nothing is backed up, but rubber is making it through. Rubber is backed up, though. So we're consuming 75 rubber per minute. And we're making 150 plastic. So over here we're consuming... No. Over here we're consuming 75 plastic. And over here... No, over here... So that's 100 plastic being consumed. Plastic might not make it out of here. Nope, that's not possible. It's going to get out of there eventually. It's just going to be a little slower. Yeah, it's making it. The fact that we're using plastic to make the containers means that this has to back up for 25 plastic per minute. So that's happening. For plastic to even make it out of here, to then get sent over here to make rubber. So the total amount of plastic we make is just going to be less. And I'm not putting together... I mean, we've got so many canister recipes. I'm not going to use any one of them, though. Let's just test that theory. Could make it out of steel. Something happened. The standard recipe is not steel. Alternate, plastic. These are all the unpacking recipes. Or we can make it out of iron sheets and copper sheets. We're not going to do that. So we'll just have to make a little less plastic. Hey, I might want to grab some fuel down to 1 canister. All right. That system is basically done. So the only other thing that I might want to consider is a little cannon action here so we can get out of here. Update 8 allows you to build belts without connecting them. And we'll connect that. I'm thinking about putting a hypercannon at basically every location. Instead of building hypertubes everywhere, just build a hypercannon. Call it a day. Not bad. I had that one mistake on the overflow versus any. And now we're making resin, fabric, rubber, plastic, and packaged fuel. Then when we come back, we'll have plenty of that stuff to deal with. Matter of fact, since you did mention the MAM, that is a good point. Let's go ahead and put one of those down. Maybe not there. Want to block us in. All kinds of potential research that we could do. I know some of these take rubber and plastic. But maybe I've done a lot of those already. Oh yeah, I've knocked out a lot of that. There's a lot of rubber there. A couple of components that take rubber and plastic, but we've cleaned up a lot of this already. I did blueprint the hypercannon. You know what? Since you asked that, I need to tweak this because this hypercannon is broken. This is a pre-update 8 version. If I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna get stuck if I try to... Yeah. So we gotta adjust this. Put this like that, and connect like that. And now it's working. But since you said that, let's fix that in the blueprint, shall we? If I have the materials for it. My inventory management's been pretty good. Now, see, I don't have the frames for it. And I definitely don't have frames over here. Let's fix that up and then... Ooh. I lined that up perfectly with that big stone. Oh boy. It's almost like I did that on purpose. That's actually really good hypercannon placement. Let's grab some frames. Poink and poink. I added a radar tower to this location. I think it looks kind of appropriate. Oh, boo. I'm going to say lag killed me on that one. Though, technically, I shouldn't have jumped off of that without full health. This is a secret. This is a... Ooh, speaking of full health, I don't think I have food in here. And I don't have fuel. Oh, that's double bad. I'm trapped. Without food, I can't land, and without fuel, I can't control my descent. Huh. Let me double check this. Make sure I don't have anything in here. Nope. Oh, well. You get to see a preview of tomorrow's video where I complete the hub. Don't get too spoiled, though, because it's looking pretty good as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to wait until that autosave happens. I'm super trapped. Oh, I do have a little bit of gas in my tank. Huh. Now I'm trying to decide how much of a risk taker I want to be. I think I'm going to take the shot. Oh, I do have this. Maybe there's something good in here for me in here. No, not really. So sad when you die basically in your own base. Oh yeah, and added a radar tower here as well. And there are still six hard drives in this area. Uh-oh. We didn't get nearly enough juice out of that. Let's sigh. We're gonna have to run the risk of running back off of these cliffs. Oof. Oh, the stairs look nice from here. Oh, I've got plenty of food on me. Never mind, it's much easier. One of the things they don't put in the manual is that you can't die as you're at full health. Well, that's interesting. Getting hit with the gas cloud underwater. Maybe I should swim away from that. Yeah, I never got that deep into it, the whole sexadecimals and hexadecimals. Let's see if we can get back to our stuff, update that hypertube blueprint, and call it a day. Yeah, I understand that Coffee Stain's going off on their month-long sabbatical or whatever. If you're on 7 and you're happy with 7, 7 is really, really good and really, really stable. I have issues with 8, to say the least. None of them having to do with how it looks. It looks amazing. Let's load the cannon. We're short something. A couple of rods and a couple of wires. Maybe we have those in here. Just not enough rods. Boo. I wonder, I don't think I have enough room up here to build a designer. Yeah, I'd have to get rid of some of these containers. Maybe now? Oh, wow. I guess I know that the blueprint designer is 4x4. Which is less space than I have, so never mind. But this time we're going to at least get full health before we go leaping. Okay. I'm glad you mentioned this because I've been meaning to tweak this design. And that's it. That's all it needs. For some reason, putting an entry on here in the opposite direction doesn't get caught on that. So just making sure that these are all connected to power. That's done. Okay, there you go. We've got our tiny oil products plant. We've updated our hypercannon recipe, or not a recipe, but our blueprint. And then I'm gonna take a quick flight back over to the hub give you a preview of tomorrow's video where we finish up the hub. Just because you're here at the end, you get the preview. So that's the hub right there. Actually, you know what? If I have the stuff, maybe I'll launch something out of there. Uh-oh. We're getting lagged again. Let's see how all of this works out. If I have something I can reasonably oh, I should have brought fabric with me. A 1,000 copper sheets. Or 21 fabric. Which one would be easier to get to? I think it'll be easier to get the 1,000 copper sheets. This hyper cannon doesn't have the same juice as the other one. I might need to add one more boost to my hyper cannon blueprint. Oh, this seemed to work okay. What'd I say, 1,000 copper sheets? Head back over to the hub. I can't wait to see how this works out. I am putting together this tiny oil products video though because I do want to think about the layout a little bit more. Try not to die to lag again. Yeah, I'm not convinced that their whole chunking system is working as well as I think. Of course, in their defense, you're probably not supposed to travel that fast. Okay, better pipes. That's good news. And we'll ship it.
Milestone reached. Improved pipelines and pumps can now be constructed, capable of handling increased throughput of any fluid, as well as providing increased pressure handling for better vertical transport, respectively.
I think as an integrated design element, that worked pretty well. This was yesterday's video where we put all this together. And then tomorrow's video, I'll go through and finish up the basement down here. Which kind of looks cool, but it's meant to be a spot where all of the space elevator parts get automatically sorted and stored. They come in over here in that little hole right there, and then they get sorted all around, and then any extras get sent to that sink right there. But that's tomorrow's video. And that's it. I think I'm just going to wait the 3.5 minutes for it to land. Make sure it doesn't clip like crazy. And then if that works, we're going to call it. Who has a question while we wait? Oh, yeah. I think I did this off camera. I made this additional change. Over here, I put these signs in to light the craft area. It's still pretty dark, but at least there's a little hint that there's something over there. So that way you have access to a workbench, a MAM, and a craft area. Craft area? A workshop, a craft bench, and a MAM.
I don't know. Have a good day.
Just chill to the sounds of colorful cat. Oh, my Spotify, what's playing? Is it showing up for some reason? I don't know what's going on. OBS is a fickle creature. I'll have it ready for next time. So we're just waiting for the pod to come back. Make sure that it lands and looks good and doesn't break our immersion totally. Like going through this radar tower or something silly like that. Then if that works out, we're gonna call it. Though, now that I'm here, I'm kind of curious. Can I access the... Nope. The one place I don't want to be. Beautiful. If I had my way, I would burn a little section of this bar and maybe of this bar over here. If I really want it bad enough, I could probably figure out how to do it. I'd have to... How would I do that? I'd have to build a section to and from each side. That's probably more RP than I need, though. Yeah. Ooh, man, that would be some hard work. I'd have to get 3 sections of painted beam in place and then color this little section right here. That might be a fun thing to do in a separate video. Well, you guys are being shy, so I'm going to go ahead and call it. This is today's video. We built a tiny oil products plant. Tomorrow, we'll finish up decorating the hub. And then after that, we've got a full area of the Crater Lakes to consider. I'm really thinking about using a lot of our water alternate recipes, such as steamed copper sheets and steamed ingots. We also have a lot of opportunities to deal things in Caterium. Our local resources are actually kind of limited. Obviously, it's okay to have access to limestone, but that's not really what you're in the game for, right? Copper is good. Iron is, that's where you start getting interested. Having some iron over here is not bad. It's not great. I'll have to think about how to get these resources up here. That's the real problem, is that it's on a cliff. So we're going to have to lift it a huge amount. But then all of this is going to be our factory area, is the current plan. And then if we have to, we'll use a little bit of this overlook. This is the pink forest section. And this is where we originally started. All right. Well, if you enjoyed the video, it wouldn't hurt my feelings if you left a like. Always love comments. I always put the replay on so everybody who comes after us can see what we chatted about. But until then, thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.